Good morning. So we're going to continue on with our WetShaveClub box, the cover for the WetShaveClub razor. I'm going to start with the soap and the brush that's been soaking in a cup of hot water since I got in the shower, and the brush. I'll talk just about these two today. I'm going to go ahead and lather up, put it on my face, but I won't be showing you my shave. Working towards the end of the month to do a full all product including the razor shave video, so just going to tell you about the products today. The soap is a spiced rum. It is very mild, not mild, but very pleasant. It's not overbearing. I'll tell you more once I get it lathered up about the scent there. From a company called All Soaps on Deck. So look into them. It's a nice lather. It's a nice scent. So we'll go ahead and get started with it. The brush that they sent, they didn't tell me who it was from. It's the one that they send, I guess, for every new subscriber. They send a brush and a razor. Initially, it's always the same razor. I'm not sure about the brush. From what I've read online, I believe this is either Badger or Boar. I've gotten both in my searches. I guess I could have asked them. I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't think about it till just now. So you can go ahead and start lathering up. I'm using the shave bowl from another soap that I have. I still haven't found a bowl that I want to purchase, or that I like the look of. Very simple kind of guy. I don't have a lot of room in my cabinet right now for anything fancy, so this nice little bowl works very well. If you have any recommendations, by all means let me know. I'll look into it. The soap lathers up almost instantly. It's a little drier at first, but it does do well with a little bit of water every now and again. The bowl doesn't help keep too much in, but you don't need a whole lot with this so far, from what I've gathered, from what I've seen, and from what I've used. So let me see if I can give you an example of the fill there. So, or the load, I guess they say. I'm not a wet shaver by all the technical terms. I just like to try new things, make my head and face smooth, and keep my wife happy. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and start applying. I said I would let you know about the scent once I start going on. It's definitely there. I can smell it, but it's not overpowering. It's very pleasant, very mild. It's a smooth soap. It doesn't feel like it's sticking and drying out my skin. Of course, I'm just getting started with it, so it may as I go on. The brush feels pretty stiff when you first touch it, when it's dry. I soaked it. It's still just a touch. Sorry, just a touch prickly. I'm gonna take that out. It doesn't splay out like some of my softer brushes that I have do. I like that because I know it's gonna really work into the hairs and into the skin, and it fills up, really quickly. It doesn't just stick on the outside. It fills all the way into the base of the bristles. If you guys know by any chance, or if I find out from WetShaveClub, the maker and the brand of this brush, I would gladly give them a shout out. So there you have it. It covers pretty well. It's not like scratchy or anything like that. I'm not one who uses brushes a lot. I tend to try to put things on by hand. It wasn't until recently, except for soap, obviously you can't put the soap on by hand, but It wasn't until recently I tried a cream with a brush and saw how much more it works it up and lathers it up for you. So I will be shaving both my head and my face today, but not on video. I will be using my WetShaveClub razor so that when we get to the end of this month, I will be able to give you a little more detail on what I think about the razor itself. I will tell you it's got a good heft to it. It feels nice in my hand. So I will be right back to give you a aftershave thought on the soap and the brush. Okay, this is after the first pass with the razor with the grain shave. Soap is pretty much gone. It didn't dry up, but it definitely gave the razor a smooth surface and then went about its way. Still just a slight scent of the spiced rum. Gonna go ahead and coat up, lather up for the next pass. I did shower just prior to the shaves, which I always do. Exfoliate so that all the dead skin and hairs and stuff are gone and on their way down my shower drain. I have been experimenting with which shave works best for me with this razor, and so far I know that a lot of the wet shave, double edge shave folks always recommend to go down and across and then maybe up. So far I've not had a lot of comfort with the sideways, except for above my lip and around my mouth. So my first pass is always down. My second pass is generally always up, both on my head and face. Right around here I have noticed that I had them with the cartridge razors, a little bit of bump, but I've always found that the best way to go for me is sideways down there, so I'm comfortable there. But on my face, I'm just not really comfortable with the sideways. Each person does their shave, their own way. So I'm going to go ahead and do my second pass, and I'll come back with some more information. Okay, second pass, looking pretty good. It's definitely a learning experience, definitely a learning curve. Two things that I've already determined that may or may not keep me from using a double edge all the time is, the mole that we don't speak about. It's hard to get around, easier with a smaller cartridge, I guess. And around my goatee, whatever you want to call it, I like to keep this pointed and trimmed down. Find it a little hard, I guess it might just be getting used to it, a little hard to keep the point and keep get close enough to it without taking the hair off. I've pulled away a couple of times and saw 3 or 4 or 5 of the long hairs sticking out of my razor. So, and of course, just a little bit of blood there because still getting used to it. That's another thing I wish WetShave would have included with the box is a nick stick. Luckily, I have one, so I'll get to that after I finish my head shave and all that. So, overall, I love the soap. Definitely, I'm definitely going to contact them, reach out to them, tell them thank you for letting themselves be included in the WetShaveClub. The brush is awesome so far. I mean, I don't really have a lot of experience with a brush. I don't have a lot of things to compare it to. I do have 2 other brushes from another company. I think one of these days before the end of the month, instead of using a wet shave brush, I'll go ahead and try one of the other brushes just to see what it feels like, to see what kind of lather it builds up for me and stuff, just so I can have something to base a good comment at the end of the month about the brush. But yeah, definitely give them a shot. So far so good. We'll let you know more next week. Thanks.